Hey guys, good morning from this side of things. Oh my gosh, my lighting is like so bad. Let's see. Let's see here. Let me try to fix my lighting quickly. Let's see. How is your Sunday? I'm waiting for my guest to arrive. So in the meantime, how are you guys doing? How is your Sunday? If you're watching in, if you're tuning in today, let me know where you're watching from, and I appreciate you taking the time. Today we'll be hosting a U.S. soldier, a lady soldier. Just makes me feel so happy. So let me know where you're watching from. Again, if you're new here, if you're just coming in for the first time, my name is Brenda Akatama on YouTube. You can also follow me on Facebook as Brenda Akatama Demers. Also on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, I'm there as Brenda Demers. So I'm just passionate about a healthy living style, and also I do love to travel. So you'll find some travel vlogs on my channel. I also love hosting people who I know will inspire and encourage other people who watch videos on YouTube or on Facebook. So in general, all lifestyle, travel, hosting. So if you're there and you'd like me to host, you have a story to tell, please just reach out to me on in any of my platforms. You can send me a message on Instagram. You can send me a message on Facebook. If you have my number, you can always text me on WhatsApp as well. If you'd love to share your story. So today I have Afande Maureen. See, where is she? Where is she? She's late. I didn't know soldiers could be late, but we'll forgive her for a little bit. I thought that was like a disciplinary thing in the army, never to be late. But she's maybe having some technical difficulties. So let me just reach out to her real quick. But otherwise, please let me know in the comments where you're watching from. If you're following me on Facebook, please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. And also put on your bell notification so that every time I upload a video or I'm live, you guys can definitely get a notification and join. And hopefully you're able to benefit from what I'm sharing. So I think Maureen is coming in, so just give her a quick second. But I wanted to tell you, I wanted to verbally say thank you again for all your prayers. I wasn't feeling well past few weeks, last week, but I know most people sent me positive vibes on Facebook, on WhatsApp. I'm way better now. I still have like a tiny cough in the back there, but other than that, I'm fully back to normal. So thank you so much for your positive vibes, for your lovely comments, and for the messages that you guys sent me, and for your prayers, of course. So as we wait for our guest here, let's see. So Maureen is originally from Uganda. She's a Ugandan, so she's an immigrant. I love sharing such stories because it inspires other immigrants, and it also opens up more opportunities for immigrants. They get to know what are other things that they can do once they reach in the diaspora, for example. There's so many opportunities. So one of them is joining the U.S. Army or serving, being in service. So Maureen reached out to me, and I think she will be sharing how somebody can, as an immigrant, how you can join the army, how you're able to join any other service opportunities in the US, for example. So let me look for her. And I'll be hosting other people. I have a lady who has who has lived with HIV and AIDS for a long time, like since she was born, really. And she's still alive. She's in her 30s. So she's an advocate. She's publicly, has told her story about how she's been able to live with HIV and AIDS. And she's inspired so many people. I'll be hosting her real soon once we get our schedules figured out, so she can tell us how she's been able to live positive with HIV and AIDS. How has it been for her? How has she been able to encourage other people living with HIV and AIDS, for example? I also have another person in the pipeline who is a victim of domestic violence. She's an acid survivor. She'll also be coming to this channel to share her story, and also to let other people who might be in the same relationship like that to tell us what are the red flags, what are the things that you could do once that happens, or if you see those red flags. So she'll be sharing with us. I'll be hosting her real soon. I have I have so many people that I know are coming on. So please make sure you subscribe and you follow me, so that next time I'm hosting such people, you guys are able to get a notification right away and join onto that video. Maureen, where are you? I'm waiting for you. I'm just texting my guest. I'm so sorry, guys. I know it's like how many minutes in now? It's 7 minutes past time. Hi, Rich. How are you? Oh my gosh, thanks for connecting. How is Germany? I took German lessons, a class in university, and I could say "Wie geht es du" or "Wie geht es dir?" So ich bin gut. My side. Oh my gosh, I had like a whole semester of German, so but I can barely save myself. But I have I work, some of our partners for my work are actually from Germany, and I really need to start reading it more and studying it more so I can speak with you, Rich. So thank you so much. You are a wonderful lady. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining. And I appreciate you joining my family on YouTube. I hope to connect with you more and learn more about your life in Germany, and what you could share with us about Germany, for example, people who might want to travel to Germany or visit Germany. So maybe I'll be hosting you on my channel very soon, because I love to travel, and Germany is one of the places that I would love to visit. So I'm waiting for my guest. Let me give her a quick call here. Guys, I'm so sorry, but I hope you can bear with me. My guests are usually on time. Thank you, guys. Yes, if you're watching, please like the video so that it can get a little bit of trending on YouTube. That's how YouTube works. The more people watch, the more people like the video, the more people comment on the video. So it gets to be shared more, or to be, how do they say it? How do they say it? I can't remember. My English is going. To be recommended to other people on YouTube. So please do like the video, and you can share as well if you feel like this would be benefiting somebody out there. Oh my gosh, where is Maureen? So let me know, other people who are watching and where you're watching it from. What are those topics that you'd like me to cover on my channel? For example, if you've been following me on YouTube or on Facebook, what are those topics that you'd like me to cover? Or what kind of people would you like me to? Hi, Vivi. Thank you for following. What are those people that you'd like to hear from that would inspire you? Is it anybody in entertainment? Is it anybody in maybe family counseling, relationships? So let me know. Give me more of your ideas. Hey, Magnolia, how are you? Thank you so much for joining. So let me know what topics you'd like me to bring to this channel. I know in the past I've shared, I brought on people, Betty of Ranch Magnolia. Oh, yes, 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 Betty. Yes, nice to see you here. Very nice to see you following. So let me know what topics you would like me to maybe next time bring to this channel that you might find beneficial. I've brought in people in businesses, mostly immigrants or people who are back home in Africa who've been successful in business. I've brought people on this channel, people who've started NGOs, charity organizations like to help maybe orphans. So those were really nice stories. I brought in people who have shared about their failure to bear children in relationships or who are in marriage, but they have not been able to successfully have babies. So how is the society treating them? How are they also adjusting? So I've been bringing such stories here. I've also brought in stories about like people who are doing really great work for the communities, like back home in Africa. So, but you guys can let me know. I have like more and more stories to share with you, but I would also love to hear from you guys what you would recommend. Maureen, in meantime, I don't know what's happening to my guest. So bear with me just a second. I'm like trying to reach out to her again. I've been texting her on WhatsApp, and she shows me that she's read the messages. She asked me for the link. I've shared it with her, but sometimes it happens. Trust me, sometimes it happens, guys. So I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to stand you up, but I mean, again, just like try to reach out to Maureen. Soldiers, maybe they just called her to be on duty somewhere. I hope not. But if she's been called, yes, that's great for, to be in service and serve the country. Calling Maureen here. But again, share with me how you guys are doing. Betty, thank you so much. Betty, I love your rant. You probably will be next on my channel to be hosted. See Richie, I love your profile picture, Rich. Let's see. Guys, bear with me. I'm really, really sorry. Rich, your English is so bad. Don't worry about it. As long as you see, you can type really well. Like you can write good English. Sometimes that's all you need to do. But I'm so glad you could join here. It's very interesting what you say. I'm in background. Hey, Maureen.
Please leave your message.
Oh, jeez.
Welcome to Maureen's phone.
My guest today. But tell you what, I was in Namibia a few weeks ago, and I really loved the country. So I loved the flatness of the country. I wish I had more time there to visit more places, but it was really hot. That was like first week of September. So it was hot, but they were transitioning from winter time. So the place was really dry looking. Very sandy. I remember one of the places I stayed at, my friend's house. It was just sand. It looked like a beach somewhere, and but it's so sandy. So the country is. But other than that, it gets really hot very early in the morning, and I don't know how people do not have pools, but I think they're just used to it. I mean, if you live there, you get used to it. But the people were very nice, very hospitable. It was my first time being there. I mean, I'm originally from Africa, Uganda, but I had never traveled to many other African countries. I've been to places close to Uganda, like Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda. I haven't been to Burundi, but like the southern part of Africa, I had never been to. So it was interesting. It was my first time in South Africa as well. South Africa was very different. It didn't even look like Africa to me. It was like very developed, like the roads are like more like Europe. And it's interesting to see like so many people on the street are actually white and like in Johannesburg. So I was like, okay, I'm in South Africa, but it's interesting like when you travel to those countries, like you see the cultures, like how people dress, the dress codes. So it's very, very interesting. I love to travel, so I'm definitely traveling more and more African countries and also in Europe. So but that was a nice video last night. It just popped up on my as I was scrolling through YouTube, and I saw that. I was like, oh my god, look at this. So I was just sitting there and like waiting for the sunrise, and I remember taking lots and lots of pictures of the sunrise and the sunset in Namibia, for example, and they were just magnificent. So I stayed on that video for a long time, Rich, just to make sure I see the sunrise and seeing the animals come in and drink some water and disappear. There's like a giraffe at some point. That was spectacular. Now I can make fun of my father-in-law who watches those cam videos of like the birds giving birth, the eagle. So it was just like that one. Hi, Brenda. First time watching from Abidjan. Oh, hi. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so glad you could join this live. I'm supposed to be hosting a friend of mine who is in the army. She's an immigrant, a former immigrant, but she's lived in the US for a long time. So she's supposed to be here right now. And surprisingly, I am calling her and she is not picking up. So I don't know if she's still busy at work. Hi, Maureen.
Your message for Maureen's phone. Please leave a message.
Okay, so I'm not sure she's going to join us. I don't want to waste much of your time, guys, and keep doing this when I apologize. Maybe we'll have to reschedule this for another time when she's available. But I'm really sorry because I'm calling her and texting her, but she's not been able to respond. Never, how is Abidjan? I know you don't pronounce the D. How is Abidjan? How is your life there? How long have you lived there? Are you originally from there? Please share with us. And if any of you guys is here and would like to join this live stream, I can share the live stream link, and you guys can tell us how you're doing and which countries you're in, how life is like there. Maybe we could just take the conversation that way for now. And because I don't see my guest joining right now, and I'm sorry to disappoint you, and I'm also disappointed at the same time. But if you'd like to join the stream for now so we can be chatting about different things, please let me know, and I'll just share the, let me see, invite people. There's the link that you can click on, and you'd be able to join me in the studios, and I'll just let you in. In the meantime, we could be chatting about different things. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them right now, because I'm still waiting for my guest and she's not showing up. It happens sometimes. It's never happened to me, but this is the first one. But I'm always, I'm one of those people who are like, yeah, it is what it is. It just happened, and. But if you are watching, please let me know if you would like to join us, or if you have any questions, guys, please feel free to ask them. It could be about your diets. It could be about meal plans, what meals, if you're struggling with weight, exercising, what any of those things, or about my travel vlogs. If you watched my travel vlogs, any countries that you'd like to travel to, if you have any questions about Uganda, for example, you could definitely ask them, or you could also join me in the studio and we chat about stuff like that. So in the meantime, I'm still waiting for my guest, but not sure if she's going to join. I'm like watching my phone like a hawk to see if she responds to any of my text messages. But I just shared the link. Hey, Brenda, how are you? Afande Momo Chao Koze. I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my brother. Nyamwata Bulidonga Vude Kucheyo 10 hours from now. Man, I'm so sorry. Yeah, me too. I was like hoping, go work, my brother, go work. We'll chat with you next time. If she shows up, this is probably going to be rescheduled. When it's like 11 past, 30 minutes past 11, I'm definitely going to close this, reschedule it for another time when she's available, because I don't want to waste most of your time. Um, hey, Brenda, how are you doing? How is life? Please let me know how you're doing. But if you guys want to join, I just shared a link up there. You can join the stream and we can talk about different things. But I appreciate taking your time to join us today, to join me on this live. I'm going to call her one last time.
Please leave your message.
Okay. She's probably in the middle of doing something else. I'm like, can you? Life is good, still pushing on with YouTube content. Yeah. Keep pushing, Chikaza, keep pushing. Sometimes you just have to keep going. My friends usually tell me, I'm new on YouTube as well, but you have to keep creating content. As long as you see that it has value to somebody who's watching, put up content that is valuable for people, why they should be watching. Are they going to learn something? Are they going to be entertained? Like, why should they watch it? So bring out good content, and I'm sure somebody will watch, and somebody will learn something, somebody will benefit from it, and that's how your channel will keep growing. Hey, this is Africa, my dear. So today I was hosting a friend of mine, a soldier, a lady soldier, and I don't know, she's saying she's online right now, but let's see, maybe she's about to come in. I've been calling her and she hasn't been responding, but earlier she sent me, okay, she's coming on now. Yay! Awesome. She's coming on, guys, finally. Sometimes we have to be patient. So thank you, guys. My phone died. She's saying her phone died. Anyway, so here is the link again. So she can join, and I think I see her coming in. But you guys, I'm so sorry, and thank you for being patient. I'll kind of like cut this stream later on from the beginning, So we are still here. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you for sticking with me. I'm sorry, guys, but if you guys have any questions, she'll be here shortly. I can see her now; she's online. So tell me. Oh, yeah, I'm doing an interview in about an hour, but not live. Oh, okay. Trust me, this is Africa. I'll be watching when it comes in. So, okay. So Maureen is here, guys. Drum roll. Maureen, you're so dark. let's, let's find some light.
Let me try to see if I can get to a light one.
Yeah. That looks well. Like that looks a little good. Yeah, that's better. I'm sorry, Chikazi. I know like weekends are like a mess. Are you okay?
Why am I not hearing you?
You can't hear me. Maureen, can you hear me?
I'm not hearing you. Talk on this.
Can you hear me? No? All right, check your audio settings maybe.
Mute. Maybe that. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Jesus. Hello?
I can hear you.
Testing microphone. Hello? Why am I not hearing? Hello? Oh, Jesus. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm gonna get out and come back.
Okay. Oh yeah. Maureen, I think you might need to use a headset. Can you hear me now? Okay, let me see. Let me text.
Now I can hear you. Thank you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you might need to use a headset.
No, I know what I had done wrong. I had muted the thing. I had muted the keyboard.
Okay.
So I had done wrong. I was like, no.
All right. But if you use a headset, we might be able to hear you better.
You can't hear me now? You mean?
I can hear you, but it's like
It's
you're low.
I'm low?
Mm.
Oh, okay. I really don't have a headset to use right now.
Okay. Let me
And,
see. Let me ask if these guys can hear you. Guys, let me know if you can hear Maureen from where you are. Just send me a message in the comments. But anyways, we'll just start. Maureen, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing? I'm glad that
Good.
I'm on.
She
It's
said,
been a while,
I can
but
hear
I'm
her
glad.
pretty good now. Okay, cool. All right, they can hear you. That's good.
Great.
It's okay. We can hear. Awesome. So we have people who've been waiting, Maureen.
I know. I've been struggling with this technology. It's not as easy as people think, but
It's not as easy as operating a gun, huh?
no, operating a gun is also not easy. There's nothing easy in this world. You just have to keep trying.
Okay, but anyways, I thank you so much for taking your time to be with us here today, and for like sparing your time to be with us and share with us your journey as an immigrant as a person who traveled, you'll be telling us, you'll introduce yourself and tell everybody where you're originally from. And then we'll start into the deeper conversation of what inspired you to put on that uniform. So please introduce yourself, Maureen.
I go by the names of Maureen Asimwe Kalemba, and I hail here from Boston, Mass, in New England region. And I am an Army lady, and right now I'm a non-commissioned officer, a staff sergeant at that. And I what else? I have two babies, two boys, and they're not babies anymore, but still call them babies.
They never grow old, yeah.
So, yeah. I work with the United States Army Reserves. I also work with the immigration courts, and also I work with the trial courts of Massachusetts. So right now I'm in a law firm with the taxation law. That's what I do now, and I'm loving it. It's a new area. I'm always like blinking, like you see me, but still the challenges come in, and we learn about them, and we continue. A luta continua. That's what we do.
Nice.
Yeah.
So wow, that's to me that's inspiring. So you're now in taxation law.
Yeah, I'm in taxation law.
Wow. Okay. So thank you so much again for joining us. And so maybe we'll go straight into a few questions. What inspired you to join the U.S. Army?
Oh,
When did you join, maybe, for example?
okay. I joined in 2010.
Okay.
And my journey, I really joined in 2009,
Wow.
but I went to basic January 2010. What inspired me? I gotta tell you nothing at the moment. I just came up. I had just come to the United States, and as a girl, I was trying to look for a job, and in the job market here in the United States, you gotta do your resume and put it up. So I did my resume and put it up on the net, and then a recruiter called me up and said, "Hey, you want to join the army?" I go like, "Oh God, join the army? Yeah, there are jobs in the army. The actual job you're looking for, the legal job is in there." So I go like, "Okay, that's something I would think about." So he told me, "If you do, this is my number. Jot it down, and give me a call." So I go like, "I will do that." Then, as I was still debating, there comes the lady. She's called Nakato Namtebi. She comes back from basic training, clad in this uniform, and we're in church, and everybody's receiving her and clapping their hands. They go like,
Oh,
"Oh,
is she that? Is that the one who was recently promoted into like
no,
a general of some sort?
no, she's not the one, but she's
Okay.
also in the military.
Okay.
This one is in the army. So because the other one who was recently promoted is in the Air Force.
Wow.
So the military has 4 branches:
Yes. I was going to ask
Army,
that. Yeah.
Navy, Air Force, and the Marines, the U.S. Marines. So you can belong to any of those 4. So anyway, this lady comes in, clad in her uniform, comes up, we give a standing ovation. So then I remember the recruiter. I go like, they told me about this thing. Let me go inquire. Maybe me I can work in the civilian section.
Yeah.
So I go like, okay, let me go. Ooh. So he told me, yes, you can work in the civilian section. So I go like, section of the civilian, I'm all for it. Blah, blah, blah. He never told me that he hasn't shifted me to the civilian one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So me, I continue thinking that since I had mentioned it, he had already switched me over to where I want to be. But that comes after later. When you opt out, then you can do the civilian work in there. So I go like, okay. So my journey, I go, he gives me where his address was right next to my mama's house. So I walk there. In fact, it was a walking distance. I walked there, and I talked to him, and I had 5 surgeries at the moment. So he told me, "Oh, you're not going to qualify." We have a lot of surgeries. So that is out of the ordinary. So I go like, I know. That's why I'm asking if there's a civilian section. But he told me, okay, but do this test here, and we see where you lie. So I go like, okay, sit down, do the test. He goes like, oh, this is nice. So I know you can
So
pass.
what kind of test was it? Is it
It's
like
called
a
an
written?
ASVAB. It's an aptitude test. It's called an
Okay.
ASVAB. That's the test you do in order to enter the military.
Okay.
So
So it's not a practical, it's like a theory
it's an
questions.
aptitude test: English, math,
Oh, I see. I see.
science, anything, geometry. Love it. It's out there. So they
Mm-hmm.
see how you are doing, and that's how they gauge where you will be in what job they're gonna give you. Your aptitude makes your job in the U.S. Army or in the U.S.
Wow.
military. So
Okay.
you have to do well on that test for you to get a good job. So when I do it well, he says, "Oh my God, you've excelled. We have people who have failed this. We take them back over and over. So can you do a push-up?" I said, "A push-up? Yeah." And I go like, I cannot do a push-up." Then he goes like, "By the time we finish, you'll be able to do it." Then I go like, "Okay, we'll finish one." And he was like, "Well, we got some stages. One of the stages now you've qualified. So you need to do a sit-up and a push-up. That's all you need. And do you run?" I said, "Yeah, I'm a runner. I'm a sports girl, so I will be out there immediately." So he goes like,
Mm-hmm.
"Okay, that's all you need. Let me know when you can do a push-up or sit-up." So I go like, "No, I'm not going to do it now, but I can. I think when you tell me how to do them, whatever format, I'll do them." Then he goes like, "Okay, so let's work on going down to maps." And then I go like, "Maps? What is maps?" It's like,
Yeah.
okay, we shall do something medical processing. I said, okay. So when they took my documents to maps,
Mm-hmm.
remember I told you I had a lot of surgeries?
Mm-hmm.
And I told you that I started in 2009 the process, but ended up going in 2010. My process came to a standstill because of the surgeries I had.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the recruiter had to tell me, "Oh my God, we're gonna struggle to get you in because of those a lot of surgeries. You need to explain each and every surgery." So yes, I got all the doctors to explain my surgeries because all of them I had gotten them in a period of 1 month.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to explain those and explain the last one, which they had done in 2008.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So well, the recruiter now keeps coming back to me. "Hey, we're still looking at your file. We're still looking at your file." And in July, he tells me, "You have been accepted." So I go like, "Wow, that is awesome." Then he said, "Yeah, so you've been accepted. The MEPS has cleared you. So now you need to go down to MEPS and do the test, pass the test, and we do the processing." So I went down, did the test, passed the test, and there I was heading into the military. So I told the recruiter, "I'm not going in now." That was November, December. I go like, that's a festive season for me. So I'm gonna wait for January after New Year's, everything. You will get me there. Then he said, "Okay." So I started telling a few of my relatives, and then I went down to Africa to tell my dad, my stepdad, about the major milestone that I'm going for. And then he was able to say, "Okay, that is good. How long are you going to be?" I said, "For this time, and then I'll be done and come back and we continue with our law firm." So he goes like, "Okay, that is awesome. I'll wait for you and do what you have to do." So I came back here in January, entered the military, and I know that that was my ugliest bus ride because I was going on that bus ride crying so heavily because that's the first time I really separated with my boys. So I was like, how can I make a decision of going somewhere I don't know and leaving my boys? And I don't know even if I will come back or not. My mom had showed me all these videos of people from Afghanistan coming back in caskets. So for me, I thought, I'm going now. They're shipping me already. I was like, oh, I'm doomed. So, but when I reached basic training, that's when the push-ups, remember they told me to do, they told me push immediately. I go like, push? What does they mean by push? Push. Instead of saying push-ups, they would say push. So I had to learn what push means. And I first refused. I said, no, I did not do anything wrong for me to push. These things in our country are done by people who have done wrong criminals, culprits, and stuff. That is not us. And he goes like, guess what? You're not in Uganda anymore. Push, boom. I was able to push, and I learned push-ups there in basic training, sit-ups, and I was able to pass my PT test, physical training test. So that is how I entered the military, and that is how I start my journey into the long 12 years that I'm in right now.
How long? Wow, that's a big decision. I kudos to you. Like honestly, I can't imagine how you felt, even like signing up for that and leaving your family behind. How long did it take once you came back in January and you left? So how long were you away from your family?
Oh yeah, let me tell you the beautiful thing. When you get in there, they took in January. Basic training is 9 weeks. So when you do the 9 weeks, in those 9 weeks, the most miserable 9 weeks of mine. Not that the army was miserable, but me, because I had left my family behind and it was a young family.
Right, right.
So I wanted to listen to my boys to tell people how to take care of them. Hey, the diapers are here, the bottle is here. I could not do all those things. And I was like, every time I wanted to call and they tell you, oh no, you're not calling your family until a certain week. You are in there until a certain week for you to start at least reaching out. Your family has to write to you. I never knew that they'll have to write to me.
By mail? Or by email?
By mail, real letter. Hey, this is it, and they read it to you.
Post office. Oh my God!
So I never knew all these things. So people were getting letters because there had been military families there, And I'm like, oh my God, those are lucky people. They know even that they're here. My people do not know where I'm at. Because guess what? I came from Uganda to basic training, and where was the basic training? Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
And Missouri, that's EBM's place.
Missouri
you're here, so that's your town.
Missouri was very cold. So from the hot tropical environment I just got frostbite immediately. I froze. Everything of mine was freezing because this is everybody who comes from Uganda. The first thing when they are acclimatizing, they find the weather so cold. Right now, somebody from Uganda has just come, is going to tell you this weather. Oh my God, it's freezing.
Of course, yes.
My yes. Are like, no, the weather is
like, this is warm.
Yeah, it's warm. But for them, they're like jacket on jacket. So that's how I was. And everybody was looking at me like, are you crazy? And I'm like, yeah. So Fort Leonard Wood is always snowing in there.
Wow.
I did all my basic in snow. I gotta tell you,
my friend here, who is actually also a soldier, he's a
yes, I joined the US. You're right, and really, I had it. It was January, February, March, and I'm telling you, it was snowing almost every day. I got all the frostbites. I got sick in there. I got everything that you think about, but I was determined to finish it in the time frame that I was given so that I go back to see my babies. So my babies were the motivator, for me to do something better. So I was always like, even though they bring whatever, I have to get out of here and go back to my babies. So what can I do to get out of here to go back to my babies? That was the motivator. So it's getting me to do things right, so that they can release me. Because every time you do something right and you finish it, you pass it, you are next to the success of going back.
I see. Oh.
So we do this the 9 weeks, which is the boot camp. I did not know how to do a push-up, like I told you. So I had a Ghanaian friend. The Ghanaian friend, she's called Miss Body, Ma'am Body. I think by now Body may be in a lieutenant colonel position, because by then she was just going to officer school. So for her, she knew how to operate the system to go officer world immediately.
Yeah,
I did not. Okay, but we had the same qualifications. So Body taught me how to do the push-ups. So every night she would wake up and cross over to my side. We would sleep opposite sides. She was from Ghana, and she knew that I did not know how to do the push-ups. So she helped me every night. She would come at 3 o'clock, sneaking. Maureen, wake up, time for push-up. And then she'll tell me, you do it like this, and then we do 5, 10 a day, and then we go. So in the morning when we start doing it, I remember body's 3 o'clock exercises. So at 3 o'clock, that is how we were able to do it. We were joined by one American, she's called Van, but she did not pass the basic because of the physicals. But I was able to do them. Body helped me with the push-ups, the sit-ups, and the PT. My run was good. So I was everybody was like, she's a runner. So everything else she would do because she knows how to run. So I was able to finish that. Then it came to the weapon. That is the biggest nightmare.
Yeah. How big was the weapon that you had to train with?
The weapon, and that's basic marksmanship. That's what you need to do. You go to the range, you learn the trigger, squeeze, breathing, all the 4 stages, that you need to do: aim, breathe, trigger, squeeze, and then you shoot.
Shoot, yeah.
So, oh God, and all that was a nightmare to me. What I could do well is to break it down and put it back together.
Yeah, assembling it. Yeah.
In the minute, because there are minutes that time you. So in the minute, I was able to break my M16 back together.
Now, what's M16? Is that the pistol short one?
No, the pistol is M9.
Wow.
The actual rifle, the longer one is M16, but now we are using M4s. M4s are shorter in the battle stock. Yeah. Okay. So now the battle stock is shorter, but they all have the same functionality.
Okay.
So the M4 is much better because for us short people, the M9 is long, so you're leaning so much. But the M4, you adjust the stock, so you're able to really look at the sight well.
Yeah.
When you're shooting. So it becomes much better and much comfortable when you're in the range with all your gear on for you to shoot. Anyway, so I went to the range. I had never held a gun. I had never had a bullet go through a rifle. So all this was like, oh my God. When it first went off, I go like, ooh. I started putting.
No, but you have. So
I had to put them more inside because I was hearing the weapon go off.
Wow.
So when the weapon is going off, you go like, am I the one shooting a live bullet? Am I going to shoot somebody?
You like shoot and run.
Everything goes through your mind real quick. Adrenaline goes up. Everything is going crazy. But you need to shoot. The targets are up, down, up. They're pop-up targets. They come up. They go down. So you need to be on it.
Yes.
So we start shooting. I see targets come up. Hey, now kneeling position, prone unsupported. You do all these positions and then you're done. But then I don't even know the first time if I shot anything. I don't think so. Because I was like, I don't know what I'm shooting. Either I'm shooting somebody's lane or I'm shooting my lane. I was just zigzag, I tell you, the first iteration. So they told me, hey, you got to look straight and you got to wait for this thing. You time it. So remember I told you I had my friend Body. She's who was always coaching me. So for her, she had been in America for a while before joining, so she knew all these things that are going to be happening. So I was always tagging along. That's why I always believe in the buddy system, which is teamwork.
Yes.
I believe in that system because it's a system that has seen me into success. Mm-hmm. Because if you work alone, you can never succeed anywhere.
You don't. Yeah.
So I learned that if you work with a team and the team will help you. So when we reached the final thing, most of everybody who was born in America, raised in America, passed in the first 3 days. It's a week-long exercise. So it had to be us next. So everybody in the line was foreign. India, Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, Kenya, name it. We are all on the line, foreigners. So, Brenda, we were shooting, but nothing was happening. You need to hit 23 targets. You have 16, you have 18, you have 5, everything is on that range.
Yeah.
So they call your name off if you have attained it. I gotta tell you, when they called my name, I told them they have a wrong name. I told them you have a wrong name. You have my name. I didn't. They told me you shot 26 things. I go like, wow, okay, 26 targets. I made it. All right,
Oh
Maureen.
my gosh, that's
So I
impressive,
came off
Maureen.
really crying because I was so full of joy. I had given up. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, this is not my thing. I cannot shoot a weapon. Da, 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 da. So from then, I started coaching myself on a weapon. And I said, it's not going to be my failure. It's always going to be my success.
Right.
And I've always worked on my weapon. And now they've changed the weapon system. We're on a new system. So we're all going to go back to the chaos we had in basic training.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
new system, we have to, it's a movement system now. It's as if you're in the war zone, you know. In the other one, you are stationed still. Here, you are going to be like on the move. So we are going to be doing something like moving, always going forward, forward, forward. That's what it aims at. A movement still going through. So it's going to be a hard one. I haven't tested it myself, but some people in active duty have. We're starting it in the reserves, and we're going to do it around April, May. But I'll come back to tell you about that one because I know it's going to be a thrilling one. These exercises are beautiful. When I entered basic, we had combat exercises where you could fight each other. Hmm? And I'm telling you, when they told me come and fight somebody, I said, why would I fight somebody who I don't have a grievance on? I said, no, I'm not doing those things. You need to do something to me for me to come up and fight. They said, oh, you're not passing. So you have to get anger from somewhere and start fighting people. So yeah, and then you pass. So that one was also there, but I said I'm not doing combative training and I'm not doing that kind of exercise. The beauty of the military, Brenda, I must tell you, you choose your job. Okay. I was telling Flavia sometime that she was saying that media is not there. We said, no, we have media in the military. We have public affairs, you know, and public affairs is it's where we do actually go into media, you know, and exactly what you do it in the military, just dressed in uniform.
Yeah.
We with all your stuff. But people think when you go to the military, you just shoot your enemy, and that is all there is. No, we do the work which the civilian world does, but we do it in the military side.
Yeah.
So that was my basic training. I qualified on the weapon. I qualified on the physical training.
Physical training, yeah.
Yeah, then I had to move on. Now after you're done, you graduate.
Okay.
And then
and that's 9 months. It's a duration of 9.
No, it's 9 weeks.
9 weeks. Okay, that's right.
Mm-hmm. So they move you on to the job you're going to be doing. So the job also has its own weeks. Okay, so I moved from Fort Leonard, Missouri into the Virginia area.
Okay.
You know? And so I was in Virginia for another May to July.
Okay,
you know?
3 months.
So like 2 months, still the same duration, I would say. And so I studied, and then afterwards I graduated. And then when I graduated, they give you the leeway of you coming back to here to do AIT. And that is the training they give you for 2 weeks. You can be at your recruiting station while you're seeing your family or getting ready to adjust with your family to go down into this duty station they've given you. So I was given Fort Irwin in California. So I was going to California. So this is the time I came back to see my babies.
Okay, so they give you at least a small period to...
Yeah, and that is when you adjust. You want to leave your babies, you want to go with them. What are you going to do? All those decisions, you make them.
Oh, I see. Actually, since you're still talking about that, Maureen, let me see. We have so many questions here.
Okay.
So where EBM is also a soldier. So he's originally
EBM, I'm glad.
Yes, he's in the military. So he's also in the reserves. He's
Oh
in
yeah,
Missouri.
cool.
He's from
What is he
Missouri.
doing with the civilian side?
I don't know. So I'll like maybe I'll bring him in at some point. But he's
Yeah.
originally from Tanzania, and it's
Oh,
the
cool.
same journey like you. He joined
Mm.
the military, and here he's a professor. Originally he's a professor. So on the side he's a professor.
Oh.
And then sister to sister had. Did you find it difficult to see others getting mail call, and you didn't know you didn't? How did you handle it?
Yeah, it was difficult. I gotta tell you, when you see others receiving, they bring you out in, I would say dormitory, but it's your residence place. And then your drill sergeant. Drill sergeant is the person who is in charge of you. And then you see, EBM said he waited till fall. That
Yeah,
is
he
right.
waited until fall.
He did well. Me, I did not have any slight inkling. I was just going in straight, and that is how I had it rough.
Yeah.
Anyhow, the mail, so they sit you guys up like every evening, like, and ask, hey, this is what we're receiving. Maureen, Brenda, Esther, and they read out the names. So you find that people are receiving mail. How are they doing it? You start asking those questions. How does that happen? How are they doing? But because you did not know, you never arranged it prior to coming to basic training, because you have
Right.
to arrange it prior coming to what? Basic training, when you know where you're going. That wasn't arranged with me, so I never got any mail. And as they released us to get more communication from families, that's when I told my family about writing mails.
How old were your babies when? How old, Maureen? How old were your boys when you
When I
decided to
joined,
join?
my youngest was 2.5.
Oh
You know,
my gosh!
yeah, and then my eldest was 4. So really, 4.5. I was really struggling.
Yeah.
There was a young family, and I was a single mom, and I was like,
Wow. Wow.
it was terrible. It was terrible, but we were able to overcome it. I gotta tell you, and we're proud that we're a military family, and we're struggling. The challenges are there, but we still push along. It's a luta continua. We never give up. Yeah, we soldier on.
Yeah. ABM was asking if you went to Fort Lee in Virginia.
Yes, 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 I did for advanced training. That's what I did. EBM, I did go to Fort Lee, and that's where I'll even go. I want to go next year for my senior leadership course. So I will go back to Fort Lee, because that's where our school is, the legal school. Yeah.
Okay. It says, Ndifora says, Maureen is amazing. Don't even have a few seconds for comments. Very, very interesting. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, Rich. Thank you so much for joining. This is my friend from Germany. Thank you for joining us today. Take care.
Cheers. I was in Germany, so cheers.
Yeah, yeah. Those mails are very helpful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, EBM says those mails are very helpful. They are the most highlight of the week when you receive letters.
Yeah,
It's like being in high school.
I'm telling you, when you're in the military, the first time you were there, you're in a school. For sure you're in a school. And because I was raised in a boarding school, it did not really affect me at all, because they taught you how to make a bed. I was making beds before. They taught you how to shower in a minute, 5 minutes or 10 minutes. You get back in time. I mean, all these things I had done in my boarding school. So it wasn't really psychologically affecting me. What was psychologically affecting me is that I had to pass those tests.
Yeah.
That is all I was looking at. I have to pass this test. I have to make it happen. How do I do it? That was all I was really interested in and looking forward to. So that's how I managed to go through, because I already resilient in one area and I had to look for resilience in another.
Yeah. All right. So Maureen, so let's see, who qualifies to join the U.S. Army as an immigrant? What do you need to have?
Oh, you need to have your green card.
Okay.
And you need to have your green card, your legal permanent residence, and then another one is a citizen. That is all. As an immigrant, that's the only two choices you have. You cannot. There was one before. When I was joining, that time there was one if you knew a foreign language, and you would enter through that foreign language, but it was rescinded back. Mm.
Okay. And then, so green card, or if you're a citizen,
Yeah.
then what, any education background that you need to have, like qualification, like maybe you finished high school or anything like that?
No, you need to, you can be a high school dropout and still join.
Okay.
That way you're gonna join at a lower rank, but you
Okay.
still join.
Okay.
And then you can have finished college and still join. You can join in the enlisted side where I am, or you can join in the officer side. You when you join in the enlisted side, you come up on a certain ladder. They start at the E4 ladder, and then in the officer rank, you will start as a second lieutenant.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So the more education you have, sometimes
the more rank.
the
Yeah.
more rank. Oh, I see. I see. I see. Now, so how was it for you as a mom, a young mom? What other challenges did you go through? Like, what would you say to somebody who maybe would like to join and they have young kids? What should they prepare for mentally, first of all, and physically for themselves, and for also if they have a family? How were you able to do it? Who did you leave your kids with? How was that process for you?
Oh, that was, like I told you, that was my most miserable process.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything I did, because while I was working for the babies. So that is the first thing. While I was in the military was to see that my babies have a better life. And everything I was doing, I was looking how is it benefiting my babies. But yet they were the most stumbling block to my
Yeah.
success.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I had to do things, if I had to wake up, I could not wake up the time everybody wakes up. I had to wake up an hour earlier to prepare and be at the daycare, to wait for the daycare to open it, and yet it opens the same time that you needed for a formation. So you gotta drop your kids, like, hey, literally dumping them there, woo, and then run the other side to get to the formation, so that you're not cancelled, that you're late. Counseling is a letter they give you that you're not making it. Hey, it's a letter they give you. And if you get more counselings like that, they may say you failed to adjust to the military standard, or they can give you timeout. Hey, we have worked with you. You cannot work with us. But the beauty of my career was there was always somebody to help. I met these mothers who were in there, but for them, they had gotten help. So they decided to come and help me as much as possible. So I got my commander, my first sergeant. They were all females. Somehow God blessed me with the females, and the females really lifted me up. They really put me on a certain radar that whenever I was doing something, they are always having my back. So they would tell me, even though they expect me to be at the formation by 6 or 6:10, they would give me a leeway to allow me to give me at least a 10-minute window or 15-minute window for me to turn up. And every time with them, I'm turning up late, sliding in, everybody would understand where I'm from. So it wouldn't be that they're going to cancel me because I have been late. So that challenge, I really honor those ladies. And every time it's Mother's Day, any Mother's Day, I put them up on my Facebook page. Just they're everywhere in the United States, but I always come up and treasure them and commemorate them and say, these are the people who made me who I am in the military. Because if I had that challenge and I had a place where nobody helped me, I would not be in there. So those things, the daycare was the most. How long was my contract? My contract actually, always when you do a contract, you do a 3 or to 4 year contract. So you keep renewing it until when you get in depth. So in that one, after 7 years, after 12 years, which I am, so any contract you're gonna sign now, it's gonna be for life.
It's gonna be for life.
Yes, I'm
Nice.
gonna be in the military for life. So if I opt to go and sign now again, that is it. I'm tied with the army. I'll never
Retired with
leave.
the army.
Yeah. But before all this time, before 12 years, I can separate from the army. So so anyway, I will get there. So that challenge of daycare, the challenge of children becoming sick, because remember at that age, the children are always sick, and you're always missing out on a lot of assignments or to do the work you're supposed to do. Remember, you cannot opt out for work because you have a family. Remember, you cannot opt out for work and say, for me, I'm going to go to take care of my babies, when actually you have tasks to do out. So you need to take care of the babies. The phone is going to ring from daycare and tell you, hey, your child has been taken to whatever hospital.
Yeah.
And then you got to run to the hospital, finish with the nurses and everything, and then get back and also do the assignments for
Forward.
so,
Yeah.
so for the work. So I was in that kind of circle all the time. And my babies, one thing that has challenged them was I used to move them from one place to the other, from one fort to the other. So when I reached Germany, I was in Kaiserslautern. So your friend who was Germany.
Yeah, he's still
Stationed in
here. Yeah.
Yeah, I was stationed in Kaiserslautern near Frankfurt. And I was there for 3 years. I really enjoyed
Wow.
that tour. It was my best tour. While I was there, I really toured 12 countries. I worked in them and also engaged in touring. So I enjoyed my tour, but I was never there. So in my German days, I love church. I'm a Christian lady and I'm going to church after your show.
Yeah.
That's how I am. I'm a believer and a strong believer, and I love my God. So every time I had people in church who came up, these church people, they're also in the military. We had church people who are the spouses to other soldier men, and they would help us in babysitting. So it's up to you identify a certain family, and a certain family comes and helps you out. They don't help you out that you don't pay them, you pay them. But at least you're content that Brenda's families aren't keeping my babies.
Yeah.
And go, when you trust Brenda. So because of the church and the interactions we had at the unit, you are able to identify which people you're gonna leave your babies with as a single parent. We have a family care plan, which are for babies, for families that have children. So if they send the spouse, like Maureen, downrange, they expect the other spouse to stay if both are in the military, so that the other spouse takes care of the babies.
Yeah.
So you have a family care plan on who exactly is going to be taking care of the babies. But for me, as a single parent, I had to make one family care plan to identify those people I would leave my babies with once called upon to go downrange. So that was always written. I had families, and I gotta tell you, when I reached Germany, I belonged to a church. It's called SWIM, Soul Winners International Ministry, and it was in Kaiserslautern. And those people, they became my parents, because everything of mine, I just surrendered to them, and they took care of me, and I never lacked in the family arena setting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all I had to do is to go and serve.
Yeah.
I'm glad I met them, and I'm glad I associated with them. Until now, they're still my besties, because they're the people who saw my military career to excellence.
Yeah.
So, like I told you, I visited 12 countries. How would I do it with a single?
Yeah. So every time you travel to 12, like those 12 countries,
Yes,
you would travel with the babies?
No, I would surrender them to this.
Oh, and then you go.
And then
How
I
long
go.
would you be away sometimes?
The biggest thing I did was 6 months, and it was Bulgaria, Lithuania. It was in the Baltics, Poland, Lithuania, Bulgaria. That was the longest stretch I had. But some of them were weeks, others were months. But they can do back to back. Like I've just come back like today, and tomorrow you don't see me, and people would think like, oh, this one is just trying to tell us that he's going away. But the beauty of it all is that we always drop a pin where we are so that people can identify where we are, see us, and maybe whoever wants to come and help can come in and go like, Maureen, I've seen you're traveling a lot. Are you really okay? Is your family okay? How can I help? And that way, because we shared where we were going and what we are doing, many families came in to help and be part of your family and your cause and your agenda. So then the military never became hard. It started softening. And I always tell people that the hardest thing I had was in boot camp. As time goes on, I'm always enjoying it. I'm always enjoying the time that I'm spending as I move along, right along. But before, when I had just started basic training, when you tell me, can you opt out? I would be like, yeah, bye-bye, But now they tell me, can you opt out? I go like, no, I still need some more time. There's something I haven't done. I still need to do it. I would still crave to be there. Let them chase me away, but I would not myself volunteer to go, So I find that wasn't the case in the beginning. And the military gets sweeter and nicer as you continue. Everything gets simplified. There's always somebody who has done it. And we always say, don't reinvent the wheel. Don't think that you're going to do it differently. Ask, because somebody has done it. Somebody has been through your shoes. So somebody will be there to help you. And that is the beauty of teamwork and battle buddy, because when you network, when you have a teamwork, you're going to know how to do it right.
Yes.
And it will come out. You will just blend in. And everybody will, we always say it's not rocket science, as in you don't have to create an MOS. An MOS is a military special occupational specialty. It's called military occupational specialty. What is your job? So it's not a job to figure it out. That's what we say. But it is something that that can be done. Just ask the questions, just ask for help. So if you learn to ask for help, you will learn to get the right, or pointed in the right direction. But if you don't ask for help, nobody will know. And saying, hey, I'm struggling. Hey, I need help. It's something that we're taught to do. And when I bring it in our communities, I ask people, come out and say something. Because if you don't say something and you're in your house and you're crumbling and everything is going bazaar and you haven't put up your hand, how will
nobody will know, and how will somebody reach out to you?
Our society, the problem with it is that we talk a lot, and even though I've helped you, I go back and talk about you, but that is not the key. Look at what you gained out of it. Somebody's talking, that is rubbish. You just send it off. But look at what you're going to gain out of it. You will gain what you really wanted if you put up your hand and ask for help, and you will settle. And that's what we're looking at, or that's what we're craving for, settling and doing better. So if something is going to make you settle and do better, I opt for that thing and raise my hand for it than keeping quiet and tarnish and crash.
Let's see here. Let me see. I see people with questions here.
There was a question from somebody about contracts.
Yes. There's could you explain the studying program while in the military? So maybe this could actually come under, what are actually the benefits of somebody being in the US military, for example?
Oh, the benefits, the beauty is education.
Yeah, what's the beauty of it? I mean, I know there's like the hard part of it, the whole training, leaving your family, but what is the beauty part of being in the military?
The beauty of it, you have healthcare, and it's called TRICARE. This healthcare is for you while in there. When you're active duty, it is 24/7. It's accorded to you. When you reserves, you opt for a TRICARE Select, and you pay into it. It has everything, dental, name it, all there. So then you have life insurance. You're given all your accord when you die, everything, $400,000. Then you also have VA loan. A VA loan, you can use it to buy a house, you can use it to start your business. It's money accorded to you. You apply for it and then you use it as as needed, as you need.
I'm guessing it has like a small interest, right?
No, it doesn't. If you're the military, that's why it's a VA loan. The interest part is taken off. It
Oh,
is,
nice.
yeah.
Nice,
So
nice.
some people just start off. If you have good credit, you just go buy into something. If you're the first time use of a VA loan, you're not going to get that interest. So
Nice.
that is beautiful. Then you also have the education. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the education, you can do tuition assistance while in the military. And tuition assistance is it's money accorded to you to study your first degree while in the military. While you are in there serving and you study online, you can get a tuition assistance to do that.
Nice.
And you don't even use your federal assistance, or you don't even use the money given to you in GI Bill or post 9/11. You don't use
Nice.
that. Okay.
Nice.
So you keep your post 9/11 and GI Bill, and when you get out, you can add on to it and use it whenever you get out. But in the military, while it's still there, you can use tuition assistance.
Mm.
So that is beautiful. You
Yeah.
know, you have two choices in there. So when you come out, as for example, who had gone in there when we are educated enough or we have degrees, all these things we can't use them, but we have to tell others, hey, join
Yeah, yeah,
those
absolutely.
things,
Yes.
and so that you can use them, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So now when you say like fees, like tuition, whatever, is it full tuition or do they give you like 60% of whatever?
no, it's full tuition. They give
Nice.
you a full tuition, and and you do your online degree while serving in the military.
Does it have to be military related, let's say law, or you can, if somebody wants to do whichever degree, they can go for it?
Yeah, you're gonna apply and you're gonna tell them what school you're going to. Most schools, some may accept it, some may not.
Yeah.
So it depends on which school and what your area of concentration is, what you want to do. Yeah.
Wow. All right. That's nice. I think that actually explained your question. Can you explain the studying program while in the military? Yeah. So you apply for it. I don't know how much
Yeah,
money was.
you can study anything you want while in the military. That's the beauty, you know. And you can also, if the school is near you, you can study and go to the physical school while in the military. Like your commander or your person in charge, your supervisor, can give you that leeway whereby at 5 o'clock, instead of you like being maybe on CQ or staff, you have a school nearby and you need to go to school. The military will give you that. It will what is it called? It will uplift you. It will second you. It will support you to go do that you crave for. School is very important in the military because we are not looking at leaving the military and going into the civilian world and finding somebody stuck, you know,
Yeah.
because initially veterans were looked at as people who were stuck somewhere, but now they're creating a system where veterans have to be able to be working when they leave the military. So it's a continuous process. Like I wouldn't stop with my legal when I leave military. I cannot apply my legal when I go out. So I have to be doing the same work, kind of work, that if I leave the military, I just continue with my work. So that's the system the military is building towards.
So sister to sister here is asking, and she's a friend of mine in the US as well. She's African American. She said, did you have biological family members in your support circle, such as your mom, dad, siblings? I think that's one of.
I had my mom. That's what I told you, that my babies were left with my mom, and she in Massachusetts. So she was the one supporting me here. But when I reached the military, my mom wouldn't come with me to the base. You know, she had to stay this way. So I had to move my babies alone. Me, my babies, and the military. We were three. Me, babies, and the military. So I had to always struggle around there. But because my mom wanted to stay this side, and there's no way I would move her wherever I was going base to base. So I had to do it alone.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. And it says, how do you apply for the extreme military forces? How does it work?
Extreme military forces. What do you mean by infantry? Do you mean sniper? Do you mean that is? I would go that side. That's what I would think. I don't know what
Mm-hmm,
name,
mm-hmm,
but I would think that talking about the we don't do extreme things because the military does not really apprehend extremity.
okay, yeah,
Okay? We don't believe in it, and it's not a term we would love to use
mm-hmm,
because it's a negative connotation. So we always use things that support and build. We do infantry work. It's an MOS you apply into it,
mm-hmm,
okay, and say I just want to be infantry. Shoot, shoot. That's what you do. If you want to go to sniper school, you do sniper, and you apply for it. Every school you want to do airborne, you're going to apply for it. It's a special added skill. It's a skill set that if you have it, it sets you apart from other members. So if I'm red beret, which is airborne, the airborne person has an additional points added onto. So when it's promotion time, if I'm coming in to be promoted without an airborne skill, and then somebody else goes to airborne school and finishes, that person like may get 80 points on top of my points, and that person is looked at a higher radar than me, who
mm,
who doesn't have that. So those specialities are applied into, and people go and do the training, just like how I've described the basic training. It's also
yeah,
in training, and it's a couple of months. And when you're done, you come out and you're red beret, and you keep training at it, or you keep training at the green beret, and that is it. And you qualify for it, and that's how you always, whenever you have to renew it annually for you to have it
okay, yeah. So
continuously.
annual renewal.
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't have it, you don't do it once and then go like, hey, I jumped out of the plane once. No, you have to keep doing
You have to keep doing
that.
it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I
Yeah.
hope that answers his question. Sister
Mm.
to sister says, Maureen, if you could have a do over, would you be active in duty? Or do you really like the reserves?
Oh, do you know what? I still love active duty. I still love active duty, and in fact, I was saying that if at home, I'm trying to work on my weight and
Yeah.
my whole combination, I need to go back to active. I want my last years to be active, and that's why I was telling when I was trying to opt out of a certain position, I was telling my friends that I wanted to go back this year, and they're like, "No, help us do this one round of campaign, finish, and then you go back the other years when you're done with us." And I'm like, no, I don't want to come back now, I want to go. So they talked me into dropping my year, but I wanted to push my final bit into the actual active duty, and be able to finish. Why I want active duty? The years go by fast, and you learn quickly more about the military. In the reserves, you do not really learn more quickly about the military, because there are always questions you're still asking. How is this one done? How the reserve bit counts its points differently, and also the active duty counts its points differently. In active duty, you are able to see the progress. In the results, everything, you're still asking questions. You ask a lot of questions. It's as if you're for us in the military, when you're asking a lot of questions, we call you private. So in the reserves, you're always saying, I don't want to look like a private, but I feel like I'm one, because there are lots of things you don't know, and you're really trying to get there. So the reserves is a different animal, and the active is smooth. To me, it's smooth because you see it. You say, hey, Brenda has been promoted to this rank. What did Brenda do? A, B, C, D. The checklist is already there. So you're going to do the things Brenda did, and you're going to get there. In
Mm-hmm.
the reserves, somehow you're going to be doing them, and then they tell you, but you're still lacking this one. You still have to go this route, and you still have to come back here. Now the board has to, everything is different, but It works either way. So people opt for the reserves. Why I opted for the reserves was my boys, because and my mom, because my mom was sick. My boys wanted to be in a stable area, and I opted for the reserves. But now that my boys are grown and they can stay with my mom, and I feel like they're now more comfortable and know this state better. So I would. That's why I want to opt out to go back into the military, so that may to go back into the active duty, so that I finish out, and I'm able to what to finish my contract, my 20-year contract, because now I'll be remaining with 8 years onto that contract. So I want to finish my 8 or 6 years on the run into active duty, and then I run with my baton and finish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I-
That's a good thing, Maureen. So now it's like sister to sister says, the later years belong to the decisions you make to advance yourself. So now it's also about yourself and
Yeah,
accomplishing your
yeah, it's
goals.
about now myself. Now I'm no longer thinking about my young family.
The
My
diapers and
boys are grown. One is going to college, so then the other one is going to high school, the
do
youngest.
your children, does your family benefit from you being in the military, like for school? Do your
Yeah,
kids get
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because like I told you, me, I entered the military when I had studied. So now I have that GIB, or the post 9/11. So that post 9/11, I don't use it because I already studied. I don't see what I'm going to gain if I use it for
Mm.
myself. So I
Mhm.
transferred it to my babies. Okay.
Oh, you can transfer. That's
Yeah, you
beautiful.
can, and you do a 4-year contract on that. So I transferred it to my babies. So my babies are going to go to college using my post 9/11 and GI Bill. So to me, that is awesome. And I
Yeah.
want to use it, and I want them to excel in it, so that I don't have a lot of debt into college for them, or they don't have debt into college. So I can do that, and I did it, and I'm proud of it that it works for them.
That's really good. That's real good. Maureen, I know you have to run to church and it's coming up.
I just wanted to talk about that lady, one lady, which you mentioned, Lukia Mlumba, who
Yes, yes, yes.
the Lieutenant Colonel. So yeah, I want to talk about the people like who motivated me. So like I told you, Nakato Namtewi was one who came back to church, and so while I was signing in, and everybody, people started giving me names of people who are there. They gave me Madame Lukia Mlumba, and they gave me also. Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
She was
that is
saying
very awesome.
her kids are actually, 4 boys are all in the military.
Wow, good job, good
Yeah,
job.
good
That is
job.
awesome.
Nice
Yeah,
to serve the country,
I
guys.
salute them and even clap for them.
Yeah.
So that lady, Madame Lukia Mlumba, and then Major Musisi and Nakatunam Tebi are the people who, when they started giving me people who have been in the military, when I was researching within 209, their names came up, and I was like, the only person I could reach at that time was Major Musisi, because he was in UNA and everything.
Yeah.
So, but I always looked out for them. And when Madame Lumba made the sickle cell occasion at Hotel Africana, that's when I reached out to her, because I could see her Facebook page. So I went in there in the Facebook, reached out to her and told her, hey. Then she was so receptive. We started talking. She started motivating me, telling me what women could do, how challenging it is for families and stuff like that. So
Yes.
we kept on talking, and she got promoted to the major rank, and then she officiated on one of the occasions in Boston. Then I came in and talked to her at the same time right there. We talked one-on-one. We talk on phone. We talk one-on-one. She's always a person like who is ready to listen to you, pick up the phone and talk to you.
Yeah.
So to me, that was a blessing, and I had an eye on her where she goes in life. And so she showed me one day, Maureen, I'm going to be promoted to Lieutenant Colonel. And they go like, that would be thrilling. Do you know that you're going to be making history? Then he goes like, really? There's no Ugandan. I said, let's look for that Ugandan. But so far, I know it's you. And I'm glad that she's been there. She has walked the path. and she comes out as the first female Ugandan to take that rank of Lieutenant Colonel.
Yeah.
I believe and I pray that she can get to Kano, because
Yeah.
that's cool bad. Getting to Kano would be beautiful for us to have that in her. We have also Lieutenant Colonel Edwards, who I met this year. And I met him through Ronnie Mayanja, and I was very, very thrilled. Talked to him, and then he was given to be a keynote speaker in UNA. So that was nice to see a military person officiate again onto our occasion. So those are
Yeah.
two military people who have so far officiated onto our UNA. So I'm thrilled with that at least UNA recognizes military and recognizes us. And I'm asking that our communities start at least advocating for the military, advocating for people to join. I'm glad to see that somebody has 4 children in the military.
Yes.
That is a blessing. Here, I want to see more women, women.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you ever feel like for women? So like for any women out there who would love to join, I know I actually have 2 other friends who joined last year. And they had only been in the US for 3 or 4 years, I believe, in California. So I recently saw them dressed up in the military outfits. I was like, whoa, what's that?
I want to see more women, and I want to see us getting those ranks. I don't want people to go my route, because my route, I'm where I am because I chose that route. But I want people not to choose my route, but to choose the best thing that is going to make us proud and make them proud. So I'm always like an advisor. In fact, people told me I should do the recruiting because I'm very good at recruiting.
You should, I think.
I have 20 people already in the military, but I don't want to go recruiting, because when you go recruiting, you lose your MOS. You lose your legal MOS, okay? And me, I'm not into losing legal, because I want to learn as much law of America as possible. So if I have to opt out and then go do something else and then come back, I feel I've lost track.
Yeah.
So I wanna be still in the same track. I wanna be advocating more for females and people. I've really had people come into the military just because of me and what I do, and I've had people come into the military just because of Madame Lumba, Madame Namtebi, Major C. We have formed the Uganda American Military Association.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a
and
good
we
one.
are calling upon every military person to go into that association and join us, so that we know where we are. We advise each other, because we don't want people to hit stumbling blocks and be quiet. I want them to come up and talk about what they have to talk about, and talk about what is challenging to them, because there's always somebody, like I told you, who has done it before. We don't want people to always now hit a snag. We want them to have a smooth running, so that we get to those higher ranks, like warrant officers, colonels, generals, we get to those sergeant majors of the army, because that is a very important role. To have a sergeant major of the army as a Ugandan, as an immigrant,
it's amazing.
It's possible, and it's going to be amazing, but you need to have the right mentorship, right counseling, and right direction for you to go attain such. So that is what that is our goal and our mission, and we are really doing it in a very respectful way, and all engulfing. We're not trying to be like come and shine over the other, but we come and know our rank structure, what we're going to talk to somebody, what we're not, and we agree to disagree. We have opinions. We are strong, opinionated people. We're going to do that, but we won't. It doesn't mean that somebody hates the other. And this is the thing we come to tell into the communities, that despite your disagreements with somebody, do not think that person dislikes you. No, they may not like the method you're using to rule, but it does not say that that is a hater. It just says that you need to do better, improve on those mechanisms, do things in the right way. And uplift the organization or uplift what you stand for. Stand for what is right and do what is right. Don't
Right.
stand for what is right and then have ways of going side by side in there, be crooked. No, we want you to be upright because you're an example to somebody else. Somebody else is looking at you in order
Yeah.
for them to do the next right thing. And if it's you who is letting them down, everybody, you're letting a lot of people down. So
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
ask my community leaders and people who are leading, ask the immigrants to always do the right thing. It
Yeah.
costs nothing, but it
Yeah.
helps. It will help my child. It will help me. It will help an immigrant who's just coming in at the door to really make the right decision and wouldn't find this world harder than what we did. Because by the time I came into the military, I didn't have this counseling. I didn't have these videos to watch. I didn't
Yeah.
have, a person to call on to. Yes, the people they were given to me as I was moving along, but not before. So, like I've told you, that if I had gone into the military prepared on my push-ups, on my rifle, on my what, because right now you can go to the ranges here and start shooting if you want to go
Yeah.
and get
Yeah.
yourself prepared. But
Yeah.
me, I never had all that. I just went in raw as possible. And guess what? I'm now shining.
Yeah.
That's the beauty. We shine, we are that diamond that is always, rubbed and rubbed and rubbed, and it comes out to be shining. But
Yeah.
we don't want you to be rubbed so much like how Maureen was rubbed. No,
Right.
let Maureen be the last example so that other people, that's what I always tell people, that let Maureen be the last example so that other people enjoy. So I always fight for those bad things or those rugged things so that they don't happen again. And then the smooth leadership keeps going forward.
That's right.
So
That's
that
right.
is Madame Mulumba, and she advocates for sickle cells. She has a sickle
Mm-hmm.
cell ministry. She has a child who was with sickle cells, and that's how she started up. And
Where's she best again?
she's based in San Francisco.
Okay.
She'll come one day and talk about herself.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I would love to reach out to her one
She
time. Yeah.
will,
Because
but
that's,
she has to take some time to do that.
yeah.
But she will, and we will really want to hear her story because it's a
Yeah.
very thrilling story. I
Mm-hmm.
know it, but I don't want to speak
Yeah.
for.
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
want her to speak for herself. So
She's Matia Mulumba.
she's Lukia,
Look
Doctor.
here. Look here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there we are, trying to do the right thing, trying to
Yes.
the military in the right direction. We women in boots, we want to see more women dressing in
Yes.
boots
Yes. Yes.
and also can dress in the high heels. So, like I tell people, you see me like now, yeah, I'm all civilian, and then you will see me when I'm all military.
Yeah.
Where you cannot just come in to see the military side until when you're given the clearance to do so.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's why you don't see me all clad in that. But with my pictures, I have pictures that have that, and
Yeah.
you can go on my page and see them.
Yes.
Without further ado, I want to talk about my Afande Momo Foundation.
Yes, I was going to say I saw that. Yeah, so
Yeah. Um,
definitely, because if you have some time, please tell us about your foundation and what it does, and see how people could actually reach out.
yeah. I'm very glad, and thank you so much. I have the Afande Momo Foundation,
Mm-hmm.
and this foundation is more empowering. That's why you see I'm always talking about empower people, lead
Yes.
people
Yes.
to a different place. So I'm that kind of person that I don't mind even though somebody's going to excel above me, but if as long as I've empowered you to move and spread your wings, to me
Mm-hmm.
that is satisfying to me. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I found this foundation. So the foundation is more advisory, more
Mm-hmm.
sanitation is
Mm-hmm.
very key to me because of the girl child. The
Mm-hmm.
girl child out there lacks sanitary pads, lacks an area to change into these sanitary pads, and we want to create latrines, okay, or restrooms, some building, some safe place where these ladies in the rural areas can use to change into, and provide those sanitary pads.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
want to
Mm-hmm.
provide a good living condition for the elderly. In fact, we're going to do a drive this Christmas, at least to give some mattresses to some elderly people. So you can go onto my website, www.afandemomofoundation.org, and donate, because that's what we're doing. We're building latrines for the girl child. But these latrines are in schools, because we're not going to separate the boys and the girls. We're not discriminatory. So we are going to build for the schools that we feel do not have them. You know, we want that borehole, living water, for them, for those people. So we want to construct boreholes, latrines, or restrooms, and then also empower the elderly, like on what the basic needs for the elderly. And that's what we're doing this Christmas, basic needs for the elderly. And then we also look at empowering the youth. Here, we are trying to get the youth into the activities they used to do back home, like soccer playing, So these youth, we want Ugandans versus Ugandan clubs, whereby they can, like how we had Express FC, KCC, everything. So we want to start it here. So we have Boston Cranes here and
I mean, I've met your team.
And it is a
You've done
team
a great
that
job.
I'm always advocating for, so that it moves different areas. And I'm glad this time in Una, it was the one which took the trophy. I was very happy with them, because I ferried them on road, because I couldn't afford the air tickets for them, but I could afford to get them a vehicle which moved them from one point to the other, got them where they stayed, and they were able to play, and we were able to
participate.
them. They participated, they were able to attain the trophy, and we came out victors. So such things, we want to motivate the children who are youth, so that they can look at things to do and they don't fall into drugs, bad company. So their extra time is embedded into activities. So that is another area Afande Momo Foundation is looking at. The last area it's looking at is in the legal and the military setting, to bring in people into the military and also to advise on the legal standard, of a person, an immigrant coming in, because I did immigration law and I've practiced immigration, so I know it. So I help out on people in that arena, advise them, tell them, hey, you're doing well, or you're not doing well in this area, you're lacking this, and then refer them to whosoever has to help them, and they're able to kick off. So those are what Afande Momo Area Foundation is doing. And we hope in those 4 or 5 areas, we will be able to touch a life, improve a life, and move an immigrant forward. So an immigrant, and at the same time, a person back home who is the girl child.
I mean, that's amazing. Actually, that foundation is what could catch my heart, because those are the things that I value most, making a change in somebody's life back home, or even here, like you'll be surprised, even people here people who are on the streets. You go downtown Philadelphia, you see a whole bunch of people on the streets, no sanitary pads and all that stuff, drugs and all those things. So if we can, I think that's a good foundation, Maureen. And I hope people support it and people come on board. We'll talk more about it next time. It will be focused on this foundation. Maybe we could do a sensitization of this foundation, and to different communities on different platforms, have people engage and actually sell it out to people. And so we could discuss more, maybe dive into who benefits and how do you choose who benefits and stuff like that, so that the public gets to trust it, because it's a very, very good foundation and it has really good causes, and I would definitely be a part of it in no minute. So I'm going to join it and we'll be supporting you. I'll bring more people on board. It's on the core. Girl child. Yes, you have me there.
We gotta help that girl child, because I believe in this. This is what I always tell people. I came to America with 2 suitcases, and I never knew I would have everything I have. But because I was resilient and I wanted to make a change in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So if I could do it, I could help out a soul. I don't want to enjoy what I have alone, but I want to help somebody else also
Yes.
come along. So as we're tagging along, let's tag other people along, and
Yeah.
let's bring communities together, and let's excel in what we do, and the sky will be the limit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, Maureen, thank you again so much for your time. Thank you for encouraging us, empowering us. Anybody out there who's watching, thank you so much for watching us. All your questions, thank you for a great conversation going on in the comments section. Please go ahead and visit Afande Momo Foundation. I'll put the link to her website because I have it in the description of this video. Or any other information that Maureen would like us to share. So to reach out to her with any advice in the military or anything like that, we'll be putting it in the description after Maureen gives me an okay, because she's a soldier and I know some things
I
she
put it
can't
in,
do.
okay. There are things I can't do, but
Yes.
the things that touch people's hearts. What I talk about the military is basic. It's not that I've
Yeah.
gone to something. It's basic what somebody needs to know when they're joining, so that
Yeah.
they go into the right mechanism. So that is basic,
Absolutely.
and I wouldn't provide anything that can be incriminating to me
Yeah.
or to my
Yeah.
family. So thank you so much for having me. Yes, I had technical challenges in
No,
the
but you made it.
I made it because I was ready for this conversation. I wanted it to happen, and
Yes.
I was ready for my audience. And I feel that always log into Afande Momo Foundation. I have a Facebook page, so you can share actually our conversation. Brenda, you can really go and look for Afande Momo Foundation.
Okay, good, good. Okay.
Share it there.
Okay.
This link and this and you can tag Afande Momo on there.
Yes.
Let it be in the Afande Momo Foundation page, because these are the things that I do in the foundation to empower people to do more, to do better, and to achieve more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Maureen. Yes. Thank you again for your time. We'll be in touch and we'll be doing more and more of these things. The more
Please,
I know I'm going to
anytime you
get
want, reach me out.
questions and questions. So I'll be bringing you back again so you could enlighten more, maybe about the process, what somebody needs to do, medical checkups, what they need to
Yeah, yeah,
know before they even try out.
yeah.
So we'll be in touch again, Maureen. Take care. Have a great Sunday.
Thank you. Bye bye. And to my viewers, thank you. And thank you for everybody who has taken time to ask their questions and know more about anything that we've discussed here, which is the U.S. military and the Fande Momo Foundation. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Bye, Maureen. Thank you, guys.
Mhm.
Bye. Guys, thank you so much for joining in. If you're still here, I still see people here. We had a great conversation with Afande Momo. Afande is like a term we use back home in Uganda and in East Africa in general, but it's to mean a soldier. It's like a respectful title for a soldier. Maureen is in the military. She's in the Air Force, and she was telling us a story about how she joined the military. So if you're new here, if you're just joining in, please like this video. I hope you're able to watch from the beginning to the end. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Again, thank you so much for taking your time to watch and be part of this show today. Take care. Have a great Sunday. I gotta go take care of the boys now. Bye. Love you. Bye.